So there's the big house with dollar bills for walls and roofs and such. Now let's imagine that someone went to a casino and did very well for quite a while. They soon developed confidence and came back to the casino again and again. They made consistent unearned gains by using a certain method that worked for them over and over. However, yesterday they used that same old method but got a different result, that one which they do not value. Then they kept trying that same method again and continued to get the result that they do not value. Soon they lost quite a bit of their prior unearned gains, or even all of those gains, as well as all of their original investment, or even more. Their down payment, or in the case of borrowed speculative debt-financed investments, they owed more than the collateral was worth. And they had to dig into other savings or investments just to exit from that investment. Just to sell, they faced the possibility of having to invest more into their loss just to be able to exit from it so they didn't continue having bigger losses. Wow. So maybe they were afraid to even think about or look at their recent results. Maybe they had this vague sense of, wow, I don't even really want to see what the truth is about the results that I have produced by my prior methods. They may have been focusing on how much they used to have or how much they've lost since the peak of whatever they had, as if that was somehow more relevant than what they have left. What would it mean to respond to this situation with a curious courage? Would it be courageous to look for someone else to blame for the recent results? Maybe you blame the casino itself, or the government regulators, or a certain current or former employee of the casino. Say a CEO perhaps, or perhaps your neighbor, or maybe it was the accounting firm that this casino hired. Or maybe it was your neighbor's dog. I mentioned the neighbor, but I did not mention until I just mentioned it, the neighbor's dog. That could be who to blame, or the weather, or it could be the 13th century, whatever, right? Painters. It's, because the 13th century painters, they're pretty much to blame for everything. Now, I might suggest that the particular investing method that you used is what produced the unfavorable results. Of course, it could be possible that the casino or government regulators did change some relevant rule, like between a few days ago and yesterday when the results changed. Yet, even if that were true, identifying such a change would not make your old method back into one that produces favorable results. If some rule had been changed, and that is the single method why your old method was no longer valuable, then knowing what rule has been changed might provide some insight into what other method might be valuable now. But you may not be interested in that yet. After all, if the reason the rule was changed is because of your neighbor's dog, or the 13th century painters, then you could continue to use the method that stopped working, but just get really angry at the dog. Or, while you continue to use the method that stopped working, maybe you could kill the dog or pee on the graves of the 13th century painters. That's what I'm thinking. And then maybe someone could change the rule back so that your old method that stopped working might work again one day eventually. You'll keep using it for however long, but maybe within a few weeks or months or years or decades it'll work well again, and you may still have some money left by then. So might as well just pee on the grave or kill the dog or whatever and hope or pray or campaign for political changes to make the methods that stopped working a while ago work better again. Yeah, so you could just keep using the method that stopped working for as long as the proper reform takes, even though until that might happen, you may be producing results with that method that you definitely may not value because, one day it could work again, hypothetically. That all could be true. One other thing that someone with a curious courage might wonder is this. What about discontinuing the use of whatever prior method already stopped working to produce unearned capital gains? Sure, maybe the dog can be killed and the rule can be changed back to how it was, and so one day, possibly in the not too distant future, the old method that stopped working may work again. But how about now? Sure, maybe someone can identify the neighbor that might have been in some way responsible for preventing you from continuing to multiply the unearned capital gains that you used to compound, and then maybe someone could get that neighbor to remedy the situation by paying to bail out the casinos that have suffered incredibly, all because of that one dog. However, what about reconsidering the investing method, which however long ago stopped working to produce the results you value, even if it was all just the fault of the 13th century painters? I mean, whoever's fault it was, the real question in a practical term, if you have the courage to look at it, the real question in practical matters is, do we keep using the method that stopped working, or stop using the method that stopped working and explore another method, or at least explore adjusting the method that, whatever method we have that may not be working anymore, like, oh, but what about the neighbor's dog? I know, you're right, okay. Even if you advocate for a possible return back towards the prior situation, of how your old method worked well, another possibility is that you explore modifying your investing method, at least until all dogs are killed, so that you can know that no other dogs will ever prevent you from multiplying unearned capital gains with the single method that is most familiar to you, which is probably borrowing money to invest in real estate. But it could also be dumping money into various stocks and hoping that those stocks go up in value at least enough to balance any inflation and taxes and prior losses and so on. So I know a lot of people who I warned many years ago about the specific market developments that have since rendered their previously valuable methods of investing worthless, resulting in losses of some or all of their unearned gains in real estate equity, or in U.S. tech stocks or UK financial stocks and so on. Some of them even owe more on their mortgage than the collateral property is worth, especially here in Phoenix, Arizona, and many other places, but especially Phoenix. I also know a lot of people who have watched me make consistently accurate predictions of a variety of ups and downs in a variety of markets. Some of them may never give up the methods that they previously used to produce consistent unearned gains for them, but that recently stopped working. Some of them may not ever explore a principle that works in all market conditions, partnering with the reality of market conditions, and even partnering with someone who knows how to find opportunity in all market conditions now. That might require a curious courage. Not everyone has that. For those of us who do have it, the fact that not everyone else has it is related to what distinguishes our results from their results, which includes the curiosity to be honest about the reality of market conditions, rather than defining some pattern of reality as problems to be automatically reacted to with personal blaming and blind devotion in the latest emergency rescue fix proposed, bailout, whatever. Whether that is a political solution or some other silver bullet, like whenever one has been confused, just investing in silver, or real estate, or gold, or whatever, your reactive alleged solution is, as the one magic solution to the persisting problem of reality not being the same as someone told you that it should be. Consider that reality is only a problem for those who insist on investing in opposition to it. For those with a curious courage, reality is an opportunity to partner. Now, with me and the investing methods that fit with partnering with the reality of market conditions, certain people get consistently favorable results in all market conditions. Not everyone will contact someone committed to partnering with reality to let me know that they are interested in consistently favorable results, but what about you?